And we are live. Hey guys, happy Friday. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been a crazy, crazy week weather-wise. I know most of us in the US have had some sort of weather-related um, experience this week, right? We got some more snow here in North Jersey, and I'm sure we weren't the only ones at all. Going from Texas all the way up to the Northeast, it's probably been really, really crazy. And so I hope we could provide a little entertainment tonight for you guys
Yeah,
to if you had a rough time this week with it, hopefully we can. This is a little bit of an escape. Colin, how are you, my friend? How are you doing tonight?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah,
It's been. I think I've been up since about 4 in the morning, but I'm a little tired and a
yeah.
little bit of a headache, but I'm all right. It's been a good day.
Yeah, I'm tired too. I've been up early. I usually get up early.
Yeah,
But we both have kids, right? So
yeah,
you always
yeah.
add that to it. It gets to be an exhausting kind of day. How's the weather been by you? I know you're in the most
hmm
southernest point of Canada you can get,
Yeah, we
but
got we got about a foot of snow early in the week, but maybe like another inch or so throughout the week, but not. We're we're pretty good now. It's been cold though.
yeah, yeah,
I
it's been
mean, everywhere it's been cold pretty much,
everywhere.
except
Yeah.
for Florida, I think.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Let's go through the chat and see who's up here. And guys, let us know what you're wearing. Six Killer 2121. Hey, how are you? Mountain Standard Time. How are you? And he has just posted a review. So, guys, if you haven't subscribed to Mountain Standard Time, please do. He does some good stuff over there. Peter, how are you? Uh, James, thanks for joining. Oil Money Watches. Let's go, Bobby. I got my drink loaded. Okay. Well, we're ready. We're going here. William, how you doing, sir? Al, how are you? Hope you are well too. Oh, James, happy belated birthday. All right. So happy belated birthday to James. Jeffrey, how are you? Rick, how you doing? Oh, there's Amin. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Oh, he didn't leave us hanging.
You did. Amin, I'm
How
just
you doing
going
tonight?
through. I'm just going through the chat right now, and then we'll circle back. Keith, what's up, sir? Bruce, how are you? Sanjay, how are you, man? Let's go on here and Riss Ross, how you doing, buddy? Josie, what's up? Hey, Craig, how are you, man? Rashawn, nice for you to join us. Joseph is here. Bobby is here. Nilo. Uh, yes, Craig, and we'll get to that very, very soon. Um, who else? Ken, how are you? I know I saw Alex there, Dominic, Turkey Vulture. Everybody's doing great here. Amin, how are you, man? What's going
Good,
on?
Rob. Not too much. How you doing?
Good, good. How's we were just talking about the weather, and how crazy it's been. Hopefully you haven't been too affected. I don't know, if you guys got any additional snow this week.
We're getting some more snow today. Not too
Oh,
crazy. Roads are a little messy, but not too bad.
nice, nice. So, let me just pull something up here. So, the title of this stream today, what we're going to mainly focus on in the beginning here is Amin, Colin, and I kind of like made some recent purchases. Well, not necessarily we made recent. I mean, Amin, um, his purchase wasn't recent, but it just came in, right? And Colin and I kind of just like it's been a whirlwind the last couple days, right?
Yeah.
So Amin, let's start off with you. What did you get this week?
So I'm wearing my Sartori Billard. You can kind of see that blue,
Yeah.
and it really is hard to show, but
Well,
because right there it's like you can't even see it, right?
It's
It totally
reflective. Yeah.
totally washes out.
Yeah.
That's a video Rob's showing. But if you give me the solo view for a minute, Rob, I
oh,
can
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I can show it a little better.
Just bear with me.
So, um
Hold on. So there you go.
so it looks almost black there, right? And
Mhm.
and there's my screen. Um and then there's it looks almost like the side of a I was telling you guys like fountain pen ink if it's
Yeah.
blue in a
Yeah.
bottle. And then here, well, you get the idea, right? It can like
Yeah.
Mhm.
kind of blinding sometimes,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but it's a pretty blue. It's definitely something different.
Hmm.
So it's sterile, right? You can see that just hands. And anyway,
I like it.
It's beautiful. It's a
thank you.
beautiful dial. Such a great dial. Um, so
Show the
you
back.
know, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hold on one second. Let me. There you go.
so he blue anodizes the titanium to match the the same color blue that he uses on the dial. He does in this kind of sort of fluted ring around.
Hmm.
And so that it I don't know if I can get it to spin.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway,
It's going.
it
Yeah.
spins with it. Yeah, pretty cool. So it says piece unique fabriqué en France 2021 Sartori Billard.
Nice. I like the strap with it too.
Thanks.
Excellent. So, like, for those who don't know the whole story, and actually, and also haven't seen your excellent stream with Sartori Billard, and if you haven't had the chance and want to see it, please go and sub at Amin's page if you haven't subbed yet already, and go back and look. But so, how long? So you got it this week.
Mm.
How long has it been? When was the first communication? Like, how long ago was that?
It was almost exactly 6 months from when I put my deposit down,
Eh,
and he's getting more and more busy. I think he's
Yeah.
pretty swamped these
Yeah.
days. So I don't know if it's still 6 months or if it's more than that.
Hmm.
I think he's trying to do it in 6 months.
Hmm.
But along the way, until he gets so he didn't start on my watch until, this month, right? It's not like
Hmm.
he's working on it for 6 months. He's got a
Right.
backlog.
Right.
And until he starts working on your watch, you can change your mind a whole bunch of times. In fact, I
You did.
wonder,
Yeah, you
and I
did
did.
actually, right?
Yeah, I wonder how much of his time gets taken up by, like if he did people's watches faster,
Yeah.
would he be more efficient? Because when you have all this time and you're seeing his Instagram and all these awesome materials he's using and other ideas that he's doing for other people, it's very enticing to say like, oh man, that looks really cool. So I went from having this kind of ornate chapter ring to just wanting basically a study in blue. And just like, to me, the most special thing he does is this polished, hand polished, um, blued or colored anodized titanium dials. And I just wanted something that just maximized that. In
Yeah.
fact, like today, I've been wearing it all day, and it keeps catching my eye, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have gotten hands on this thing, because
It's
because just a disc without a hole in the middle. If there was a way to put the time on the back and just have just a circular color, I think
Yeah.
I would consider that.
Oh
It,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it,
Rashawn says that's a nice one. That dial is ridiculous. It is. It's funny. I
yeah,
wonder what that. I wonder what it says about you, Amin, that you started with a ornate chapter ring. You
yeah,
had these hours markers, and in different languages too. Like, wasn't
yeah,
there like a couple symbols, and then in time you settled down with a very just, well, not a plain dial, but just a
yeah,
dial, right,
yeah.
with nothing on it and just hands. Like, I wonder
But you
if we
guys
could read
know,
into that.
I've always loved the Moser
Hmm.
Blue Lagoon,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just like this one, it's thanks Ken. It is the allure is not any of the things that usually pull me to a watch, right? So Marcus said in one of our streams that the Perpetually thinks is kind of the ultimate Moser because of the ingenuity. And for me, it's the Blue Lagoon, and it's Peter, I am happy with it. Yeah, I'll be honest, I had mixed feelings immediately, because what I like about it is not what I like about any other watches, and it's not what I look for in other watches. Like I do think of movement pretty often, and this is basically an off-the-shelf movement with some decoration. Yeah, for the Moser and for this, it's just basically about the dial. I mean, they both have nice cases, they both have nice hand setter, but it's basically about the dial. And this one is different enough from the Moser, right? In that it's sort of like the Moser has this incredible fume dial, and this one just has this really unreal sort of polished titanium that I didn't know exactly what to expect till I got it, but I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it.
Yeah, some more congratulations, great looking watch, Amin.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, it was. I'll say, I don't know. I think one thing I was telling you guys is that I hate waiting.
yeah.
So I'm avoiding saying worth the wait, because I freaking hate waiting. Like, I'm never waiting for anything again.
But I feel like a couple of weeks ago you were saying that you weren't going to see this watch maybe for a long time. It kind of happened really quickly.
He said by the end of February. What happened really quick was the shipping from France was 2 days, including a clearance delay. So that happened fast. Yeah. But the 6 months was a long time to wait. You know, during that 6 months, it's like, should I have ordered it? Did I do the right thing? Thanks, guys. Yeah, appreciate all the kind comments. I got a lot of nice comments on Instagram and on the Facebook group, which is nice. Thanks. Appreciate it, Rick. Yeah, I just like I said, to me, the really alluring thing about these watches is that dial, and so I'm glad that I went the route that I went. And Armand is going to be doing some other kinds of movements that maybe have a little more allure for people who, want to have maybe a nice or more notable movement. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be offering hand winding movements from Le Jouperet, I think he said on my stream, which will probably bring the price up a little, but it's a cool option. But I don't mind having a watch where it's not about the movement. It's totally okay with me.
Yeah, I mean, with a collection like yours being so diverse, you know what I mean? Like this is just a perfect addition to it.
Thank you.
mean, I'm really, really happy for you, and I think it's a really, really great looking watch, man. I really like. I love that blue. I love the the different angles, like the different kind of color perception, the way it plays with light. That kind of stuff is really starting to catch my eye lately. And it's just another evolution in what we like, right? So so congrats.
Thank you.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna do Colin last. For me, this my pickup. I started talking a little bit about it on Amin stream 2 weeks ago, and it was a Jaeger and Benzinger, and I'll put this up here. This happened kind of fast as well.
Put yourself on solo.
Yep. I always forget about the solo. So here we go. This is a Jaeger and Benzinger. Mostly, I would say mostly.
Right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you had it for a second there.
Okay.
You got to see that guilloche.
Yeah.
And the blued hands.
Yeah. It's a mostly handmade watch, right? I mean, the movement is old stock movement. But when I flip over, I'll just flip it over now. The hand guilloche, engine turn. It's just a beautiful looking watch. So this happened very quickly too. Let me get myself out of
question about that. So dials guilloche, the movement side is more engine turn guilloche, and then some hand engraving too, right? On the balance cock.
Yep.
And on that, looks like on the base plate too. Is there engraving there?
It's just perlage, I think.
Micro perlage, and then what is it engraved lettering there? Like he signed it or something? down
Yeah,
I
I
got
think so.
by the balance wheel. There's like a
probably did. Yeah, I
couple
haven't. Oh yeah, right.
down
Yeah,
Right there.
underneath.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and there's
Hmm.
more guilloche on that lower level. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mhm.
What old movement do you know did he customize?
So
Where's
it's an FHF, Fabrique d'Horlogerie de Fontainebleau.
okay?
um,
Yeah, not bad.
That
not
was
bad,
good.
right?
Yeah.
So it's a FHF caliber 96 that was last produced in the 70s.
Do you know what
Um,
the beat rate is on there? It's got a nice big
it's got to
balance
be.
wheel.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's 18.
Yeah,
Nice and
sweet,
slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's slow because I could tell by the text.
Hmm.
It's really slow.
cool.
Um, but so this happened very very quickly too. French. Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, thanks for the camera. Yes, she says she loves it, but she needs it. She wants it on bracelet. I'm like, no, no, that can't happen. What am I gonna go to strap code and get a bracelet for this? So this happened very very quickly too. I was talking about a couple of different versions of it. I mean, there was another version of it that I liked. It was a rose gold plated, but I reached out to a dealer in England, I believe it was, and they wouldn't they wouldn't work with me because
Mm.
they said that there was an American
Oh,
distributor, and I know who it is. I mean, I just don't feel like mentioning them
yeah.
at the moment, but uh, and I didn't want to go through them. I felt like I could have gotten a, a better deal
Mm.
somewhere else, right? Um, and so I kind of felt a little frustrated, and I just like I just threw it out there on a search on Watch Patrol or Watch Recon, and it came up. And somebody was selling this one right here. This is like this one. The one I have is the one that I originally kind of like fell for about a year and a half ago when I first saw it. And so like I knew I liked it. I kind of like the flashy of the red rose gold, but I'm fine with either one, and I'm totally happy. When I got this, I just knew. When I opened up the box and I saw it, I just knew that I had made the right decision, man. You know what I mean? It's such a beautiful watch. It's. I mean, uh, Joachim Benzinger is heavily influenced by Breguet, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Um, so now, like, I'm like looking at Breguet because now I'm
I love
curious
it.
if I'm looking
I
at.
like it better than the other one you were looking at. Marcus, I think said that too, but I
Yeah.
didn't want to say that when you were still thinking about what to do because I didn't
Yeah.
want to like I felt like that's a personal decision, but I love this watch and I like it
Mm.
better than the rose gold plated one that you showed us on the other stream.
The reason why I was so attracted to that rose gold plated one, and I think I may have mentioned it to you guys, it was so different than anything that I have in
Mhm.
my collection. This is so different than anything I have in my collection,
So different.
Yeah.
and but that was so much more different, and I think that's what I like. My tastes are evolving, like all of us are, right?
Mm.
And thanks, Rick. And so like I'm starting to go to more extremes, right? So like extreme tooly and extreme pretty is where
Mm.
I mean that's to simplify it, right? That's where I'm going. And right now, like I was looking at my collection, and then once the U50 comes in, like I'm as happy as I've been in a really long time with what I have. Um, Now I know what I'm saying, and I know how I am as a collector, and maybe 6 months to a year from now, things might change again. But right now, man, I'm really happy with the diversity in my collection. Like that means like I'm not just saying that because it's something we're supposed to say. I'm really happy with the diversity in my collection, and I'm really happy with this watch. And this watch fits great on my wrist. It's so thin. I mean, it's pretty thin. It's just so pretty, and I'm just really happy. Just really really happy with it. So.
Good.
Um,
Awesome.
So 2 home runs, pressures on Colin. Well, look, I
There's a
think
reason we're
there's a
going in
reason
this
why
order.
Colin is batting. Well, I mean, there's only 3 of us, but the reason why Colin's batting cleanup, and I'm gonna get this solo.
Jeez.
So Colin, why
Well,
don't you share?
let me tell a story first. So,
Okay,
uh,
all right. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
So as you guys can guess, I did not go independent like these guys. So I was texting my authorized dealer, and I was like, and I was told earlier this year, like, Rolex Productions down. It's hard to get stuff. Like, all the things that I was thinking I would do this year, probably wasn't going to happen, or they couldn't guarantee it. So I was like, listen, can I put a deposit on something, and
Mhm.
like order it basically, and we'll when it comes in, it comes in. And they said, so I threw out some things, and they said yes to a handful of them, and I was very close to getting the overseas. I did not get the overseas. So I went in yesterday to put the deposit down. And as I'm there, I was trying on a different watch that they had in the showcase that I kind of liked. And so I'm, talking to them. Like, I usually don't rush in, rush out. We talk for a while. And as I'm there, then the owner walks up and he's like, "Oh, you looking at this one?" And he's like, I was like, "Yeah, but I really was, I think I want to wait for the other." And he goes, "Well, are you ready now?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready now." I wasn't even thinking. And he's like, "Well, FedEx just came and they actually delivered the watch."
So can I interrupt for
And
a second?
yeah,
One second. Like hours before this, I asked you, when do you think it might come? Because you had already decided which
yeah,
one was which one you were putting a deposit for, which one you liked the best.
yeah,
And you said something like could be a month, could be a year or something
yeah,
like that. Yeah. So
yeah.
this was right before
And
you
literally
went
as I
in there.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was talking to them, and I was like, "Do you have any idea how long it'll be?" And they're like, "Honestly, we have no clue." Like, it could be, a couple months, it could be 6 months. We have no clue. We really don't know when things come.
I got to
Um,
interrupt you one more time.
yeah, yeah.
Rob, go through a few of these guesses in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, yeah,
Throw them
yeah.
up.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Chaz is saying Snoopy.
uh,
Kevin, you
Kermit.
Kermit.
uh,
Will is saying Daytona. A couple people have been saying Daytona.
Oh yeah,
Not bad
Um,
guesses.
yeah.
Newman on Oysterflex.
Somebody
Hmm.
said
Daytona,
someone
Daytona.
said Norcane.
Yeah, yeah. I
Joseph said Colin got a Norcane.
I can't find it, but yeah, I did see that too.
Tudor
Yeah.
Royale. All right.
So anyway, I was like, at first I was like, are these guys BSing me, right? But they brought it out and I tried it on. It was like still freezing cold from the truck. Like, it literally came while I was there. So then I was like, all right, let's do it. And I think
All right,
everybody's wrong. So
I'm gonna
Let's go
solo you
solo
out.
shot time.
yeah, I got a day date. Rose gold olive dial day date. Horrible
Bring it back a
reflection.
little. Just
Yeah.
down, just down.
You guys know what
Turn
look
it
at
sideways.
look at Oil Money's
It
picture. Oil Money
is
has it on his picture.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous.
Yeah. So they were like, "All right, well, you want it?" And I was like, "I gotta go home and call the bank and move some money around." And so I went home and put it all together and picked it up. Picked it up today. Yeah, it's
Congratulations, man. This
I
is
Congratulations.
feel
dream
so
watch.
weird. I feel so weird, like, with this. Like, I got to get used to this because I've
That's like
never
an
had anything like this before. So
Baller.
actual Grail watch.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Green
And
dial,
my
yes.
wife,
Green dial. Yep.
and I asked for my wife's buy, and like I showed her the picture, and I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking of getting this." She hated it. She freaking hated. Like, she looked at it. She's like, "Oh no, that's horrible. do, do not buy that." Yeah, there's Oil Money's picture there.
Yeah.
So same watch that he has in the picture, and I assume he has as
Your
well.
wife hated
And
it when she saw the picture,
she did.
but in real life, I bet she likes it, right?
I think she likes it more now. Yeah, in person. She actually liked my second pick, which was a yellow gold black dial with like the
Mm.
little diamond
Mm.
pattern in it. and they actually had that in the case.
Yeah.
And I was actually considering just going with that because I was like, it's here, you know, I don't have to
Before you
wait.
knew it was, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'll
you
say,
made the right
as soon
decision.
as you were considering it, I showed it to my wife, the picture too.
Mhm.
You know, and she hated it too. But I love it. Yeah. My wife was like, "That's a ladies' watch," and I'm like, "No, no, no, it is not a ladies' watch." Well, not that she can't wear it, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
funny. The wife contingency.
Philip loves it
contingent.
though, right?
My son, you're his idol now.
Yeah.
And,
Mac.
I have a son who's a senior in high school, and I have a son who's a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
And the sophomore now wishes that Colin was his dad
Ah.
because of that watch.
Thanks,
Maybe I'm
everyone.
exaggerating, but you're his hero. Yeah, that's an amazing watch.
Yeah, I got to get used to wearing something like this.
So is the weight what everybody says? I've never
Um,
put one of those on.
I was actually expecting a little heavier,
Mm,
honestly, but no, it's substantial. But
mm,
I think people say it's heavier than it actually is, in my
mm.
opinion. But flip it, yeah. Actually, this thing goes for a good buck.
Yeah. It does. They have when again. You know, as soon as you're saying you're going to get something, you start
Marcus.
I start Googling these things. So, you know,
Yeah.
like the Watchbox has one way over retail right now.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah, yeah.
saw what's like
Yeah.
48K or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Whatever.
Awesome.
I'm not.
No,
I'm not a flipper in that way.
that's a keeper for sure.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Watch
that
medicine. Gonna be pumping iron with that watch. That's total douche move. But that would be fun.
I was messaging with Joe. We were talking about something else. We were talking about the Benzinger, and we were talking about Colin's watch, and I'm like, man, you know, I know, like, I think we had a discussion, and I forget in whose stream was it, where, you know, if you hit the lottery, you know, what would be your lottery watch, and, like, you know, screw what I said before.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I don't know if I would get that color combination, although it's beautiful. Like, I
Mhm.
really do like the Stealth Wealth, the platinum one with that ice blue
Yeah.
dial.
Yeah. That's sweet.
But that's the first. I mean, screw like anything that's high horology. That
Yeah, it's
shits
kind
on
of.
it. You know, that's the watch, man.
It's a flex watch, right? It's.
Totally.
I mean, it totally is. And I'm really not a flashy guy, so that's why I'm kind of like, I got to get used to this because I know what they're gonna say at work. Oh, geez.
Well, I mean, like, you know, just don't wear it to work for a while. Get used to it. You know,
Yeah, maybe.
wear it when you have your afternoon coffee. You know, and
Yeah.
or sitting by. I don't know if you have a fireplace, but you have a fireplace. Just sit in front of the fireplace. That's what I'm gonna do with this one.
Yeah.
My watch. I'm gonna sit around and drink hot cocoa in the evenings on the couch after the kids go
Yeah.
to bed. I'm gonna go upstairs, change it, watch, put this on, and just,
Yeah.
like, you know, watch TV and just, like, stare at my wrist. You know.
Yeah. I'll get used to it, honestly, and I'll just be screw you. With a watch like this, you can just be like, you know, I don't give a shit what you think. I'm wearing
Yeah.
it, right? That's kind of the point of it.
A
So
live watch show. How unusual. Yeah, you know, there are a lot of watch streams lately, aren't there?
oh,
Well,
are
you
there?
know. Oh yeah, I feel like there's always like 3 or 4 going. I mean, Archie has one, like, one every day.
But how
So
often do you get three
yeah, that's true.
enthusiasts who each got a watch in the past 2 days that they're
Yeah.
super excited about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, man. I mean, this is a great day.
Mhm.
Um, so very, very happy for you guys getting
You
these
too?
watches, and you know, so you know, begs the question, you know, what's next?
What's next is that I have to sell everything, including a kidney. So if anyone wants to buy a watch, everything's for sale except the Pepsi.
So funny.
Colin needs a Zelos now. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the burst style, yeah.
yeah. Uh, Big risk with his call. He's saying that Amin wins tonight. Okay.
Oh, come
All
on.
right.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
sure, why not?
Daytona Rainbow. All right.
I
Yeah.
wish.
Yeah. Um. Thanks, Kevin. Really, really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks.
Um. But anyway, I mean, is there anything, like, you know, now that So like I look at this watch and I'm thinking, wow, man, Breguet. I mean, like that's something
Mm.
that I could, I like Breguet, but I'd never really thought about it like seriously. And then I'm like, this, or what I would actually like to add eventually now. Assuming that this collection will stay, my collection will stay as is, which I know it won't, because I always say that it will and it won't. But I would love to add like a precious metal one. I mean, nothing too crazy, but a precious metal watch. Either white gold or yellow gold, or rose gold, or all the gold. Down the road at some point, maybe not anytime soon, but I think adding that precious metal with kind of like the tooliness of some of the watches in my collection, the tegamented steel, the Zens, the hand crafted of this one. You know what I mean? Like I think that maybe a Moser. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. And anything that sparks.
So one thing I've been realizing is that I'm not going to be selling watches sort of anymore. It's just I'm really bad at it. I lose a lot of money every time. And it's like if I don't sell them, I'm not losing money on the watches, I feel like. So um because I'm not going to sell or at least very little, it means that the getting new ones has to slow down too. You know. So the Ketelars really, I hope by the end of the year, and so that's the only thing on the horizon for me right now. I mean, of course, I look and I'm tempted by things. I was really tempted by that Zenith chronograph, the one that they were comparing to the Daytona. Um, but no, I think I'm going to hang in there for the Ketelars, and I hate waiting for the Ketelars. I'm telling you, if you know that you're bad at being patient,
Yeah.
we're ordering one of these watches that they have to like make for you someday. Ugh, it's the worst.
Someday.
So you're kind of done with selling, because I would suggest then, like, it's maybe something that you can like pick up and flip for a little while, like a Seiko, like not like a low, what I mean, like a Marine Master kind of like type watch that maybe just will
I
fill in the
think
void for a while.
Marine Master is probably more. They're like $2,000, right? They're. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to buy and flip anything more than $1,000 anymore. But there are watches that come up less than 1,000
Mm-hmm.
that that I enjoy a lot. So those I can see myself picking up and flipping. Like enjoying for a while and then flipping.
Yeah.
Like or maybe a little more. Like some of the Longines, we've been talking a lot about these Longines Heritage Collection.
Yeah.
And I could see myself, gray marketing one of those and seeing how it sticks, that kind of thing. But
Oh yeah,
there are a
absolutely.
lot of appealing ones in that collection.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, Rick is saying, Rob, slow down, take your time on the precious metal. But also like it's a little frightening that you were like walking away from the FedEx truck thinking about Breguet after you got your Benzinger. Like that's something.
my camera got frozen here,
Oh
guys.
yeah.
Sorry for all
That's
that.
Your watch is gorgeous. I would take it in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, of course,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's the mindset that
It's the mindset. It's the
it's the light.
disease.
Yeah, absolutely. So Colin, so you got to sell some watches.
Yep. So Datejust 41 blue sticked off fluted oyster May 2020. Make me an offer, guys. White Mill Gauss is for sale, and I think the Zin green dial is gonna go for sale too, because the Joe Chang watch is gonna go for sale too. So those three are probably going just because I got too many watches, really, and I doubt they're gonna get worn too much anymore. So yeah. Other than that, I don't anticipate buying anything anytime soon.
So you have the president now, right? You're going to keep the Pepsi, of course. The Planet Ocean is staying because that's never going anywhere.
Yeah.
You have the Navitimer.
Yep. Those are the four basically those four, and then G-Shocks. And
then G-Shocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's a
Rich
heck of
is
a
asking
grouping.
if the Navitimer is for sale.
Make me an offer, man. I
knew that was going to be the answer.
I mean, I like it, but if the offer's right, I'm not going to be, you can't take advantage of me, but maybe if you want to make me an offer.
Interesting question.
I was thinking about that today, honestly.
No, you got to keep the date.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
No, but I was kind of like, you start thinking, right, when you're like, wow, I just sunk a bunch of money into one watch and you can actually get more than what you paid. And it's like, wow, what if like the real deal came up that like you really, really want? Like, you could do it, right?
What would that have to be to even make you question?
Like the yellow gold green dial Daytona, or possibly the full yellow gold Paul Newman dial. Those two would be enticing. Other than that, that's probably about it. But then you could also get into, Paddock or whatever, right? So you start thinking about that stuff. So, but no, I'm gonna enjoy this. I just picked it up, 9 hours ago. So
Yeah, I mean that's it's just a awesome, strong watch, man.
So
Yeah.
Epp is saying the wait time for the Kronfeld Principia is 2 years. The one he
Is
looked
it?
at. Yeah,
Really?
dude. There's nothing I would ever wait for again. Basically, certainly not 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, especially 2 years. I mean, you could be hit by a bus. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know that's the worst.
So painful.
Yeah, that'd be so painful.
There would have to be a 90 off coupon code on the Kronfeld site for me to wait 2 years for anything. It's just painful. I guess maybe if you're buying a bunch of watches the whole time you're waiting, that eases the wait. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. Okay, so we kind of I don't know. I was going to say we touched on something that I wanted to talk about, but I totally forgot what we said. But what I figured we maybe move on. I'm having
this is for Marcus. This is for Marcus. Look at that pair, Marcus.
Wow.
Visconti Special Ops and the olive dial. Perfect, man. I just noticed that.
Colin, now you have to get a Sony ZV-1 or XV1 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with mine. I have it connected to the computer. I thought it would charge at the same time, but it looks like it hasn't. So that's all right. So moving on, I figured we maybe touch on a couple of things that came up during the week, and something that I kind of feel like is interesting news, or maybe not huge news, but big enough to make me think, well, this is interesting. And let me just pull it up, and that's Hodinkee buying Crown and Caliber, which is interesting. Hodinkee, I consider it like a media company, right? And then so they got into accessories and selling vintage, and then pretty much being an AD.
They became an AD, yeah.
They AD for some other some brands.
Yeah.
But now they're jumping into the pre-owned, and so competing with the likes of like I guess Watchbox, right? I mean, I don't know if Watchbox has, outside of YouTube, the reach that Hodinkee has, but it's interesting that they felt a need, and now it kind of makes sense. A few months ago when they raised all that money, about $40 million worth, where they were going and what direction. Now I don't know if they paid $40 million for Crown and Caliber. I don't. Crown and Caliber is not a public company. I don't know what their financials look like. I don't know what the valuation of the company is. But now it's interesting to see. Now it kind of makes sense why they started raising some of that money. So, I mean, does that make Hodinkee like the big elephant? You know what I mean? Like in the industry. I mean, like
yeah.
does anybody compete with them now? You guys
It's
think?
going to be Watchbox and Hodinkee, right? Because Watchbox is a media company too, with their
Hmm.
videos and everything like that. Those two are going to own it, in my opinion.
So now I wonder, and I guess only time will tell. I mean, Amin and I had, I think, I mean, well, I don't want to speak for you, Amin, necessarily, but I had a pretty enjoyable experience, I would say, selling a watch through Crown and Caliber. I
Mhm.
got what I wanted, and maybe because at the time the watch that I was selling was in demand, but I felt the whole process was very, very smooth. I got everything in a timely manner. I feel like some of their prices are reasonable sometimes, and some of them are a little bit off, but
Right.
it just seems like a very pleasant experience, especially when you go on that website.
It was,
Um,
yeah. I went there more than most websites for pre-owned watches.
right, right, and you got a pretty good deal on your Glajut,
I
the
did.
GO, right? Yeah.
I did, yeah.
I
So I'm
think
just wondering,
in
if this is going to change, like because Hodinkee
Yeah,
with their $8,000 travel clock, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, what
Yeah,
does that
you're
mean
not
for kind of
yeah,
caliber?
it's not going to be the same.
the Hodinkee was reselling very, very select curated vintage watches, and I think in general had a reputation for overcharging for them by quite a bit. And I think Crown and Caliber has the opposite reputation, that they price their things pretty well.
Mhm.
So it will be interesting to see if Crown and Caliber starts, um, charging more for the same watches once
Well,
they're.
I mean, people mentioned it in the chat, and even Tim Masso mentioned in a comment on his Facebook group that Crown and Caliber was losing money.
Mm,
They were kind of it was either get merged with someone or get bought, or
mm,
they were going out of business basically
mm,
because, and it could be because they were pricing things so aggressively and paying
mm,
so much for used goods from people. So I'd be shocked if you got less when you sell to them and you pay more when you buy.
mm. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, for us.
yeah, it does.
Uh, yeah.
All right. Um,
As a media company, so Hodinkee, I feel like has lost its being editorial distinct
Mhm.
from selling things quite a long time ago. And as a media company, I think they're pretty disappointing. I mean, they have some. What do you guys think? Do you find yourself watching a lot of Hodinkee videos
Not
or
anymore. They need to really rekindle the talking talking watches or whatever.
yeah.
That kind of made them, I think, for a while. Then they kind of just got too much into just promoting watches. Like you could tell they were biased
yeah.
Mm,
on the reviews and stuff.
I mean, I enjoyed when they did collection reviews with famous people. The production value of it, the um, everything was just spot on. I really, really enjoyed it. It even made me like John Mayer, right? I mean, like I didn't really care so much for John Mayer, but finding out like about his watch collection and how knowledgeable he was, I would have never known if it wasn't for those videos. I enjoyed that. I don't find myself on Hodinkee. I never really found myself on Hodinkee much
No,
on their site anyway. I just felt like, and then anything in their shop, I just felt like was grossly overpriced, especially their accessories. Um, I do like what they've been doing since the quarantine with the pandemic, with individuals, telling their stories about a certain watch. I think there's some value to that, and identification I get out of it. But other than that, like it really doesn't do anything for me. Other than I think, I mean, price wise, I just don't. I don't think it's necessarily the best result for the consumer. Um, that's just basically my opinion.
well, I mean, if Crown and Caliber went out of business, though, at least now there's
Nash.
competition between Watchbox and Hodinkee, as long as they don't kind of price fix. But
Yeah.
um, because really there's no one else that's going to compete with them, right? I mean, there's Bob's Watches and David SW and Tourneau and all them, but they don't really have the same cachet as those two.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Cassio. I mean, for Tello, I really enjoy their write-ups on things, and they had a really good write-up on Joachim Benzinger, which helped me move forward with this purchase. So, yeah. Wang Ben Wang is saying that Crown Caliber's revenue was 46 million in 2019. Okay, well, so let's move on. Want to discuss maybe sexy or not sexy topic of Rolex predictions.
Oh man!
I figure we'll fire somebody up. Marcus G in particular.
Marcus is leaving. Marcus has left the chat.
So off of I just picked off a Monochrome. I got one of those emails every day, right? They send emails with new stuff, and they came out with their predictions. And I figure it's worth a look. I felt like this one right here, the Submariner one.
Yeah.
I just don't ever see that happening.
That's horrible. I don't like it.
Yeah, and that dial.
It's a bad mock-up. Though,
yeah,
right?
these are terrible mock-ups. But do you guys think anything is news coming? Well, we do have a couple anniversaries, right? I mean, isn't it the Explorer anniversary? Yeah, but it's $5 Canadian now.
Oh man.
Thanks, Marcus. Thanks, Marcus. Yeah. Well, we could talk about this a little bit. We don't have to really get into this too much. It's just always like a fun.
I'll just say I do hope that they do a sub on an Oyster Flex. I think that's a good move. I can't believe they haven't done it already. It makes sense here. It's a Sea Dweller, but do a gold sub on an Oyster Flex. That's my opinion.
My produced steel sports watch at retail for everyone. So we can play a little game like this. We can a fake Rolex news headlines for this year.
A lot of people I keep seeing the Explorer 2 with ceramic bezel. People keep saying, I'm not predicting that, but people keep saying that.
I feel like too many.
Thanks, Ross.
I feel like too many people are saying that. I feel like Rolex might say, like, I'm not doing it. Everyone's been saying we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Why would we do it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that good either, all the mock-ups.
No. That's why I just brought them down because they were just terrible. Follow the Hublot lead. Sub on an Oyster Flex. Rick saying in reality no one owns, of course, but guessing new Explorer makes sense. Green Hour Anniversary Explorer would be great to see. Milgauss discontinued.
They've been saying that for a long time, though.
They've been saying that for a long time.
I don't know if they ever really will.
Okay, so we got 7 seconds to talk more.
Hey, this was a moneymaker, Bobby.
Yeah,
this was a moneymaker, buddy.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about Rolex predictions on Tuesday night too.
Thanks, Bobby. Thanks.
Maybe the longer we go, the bigger the super chats will get.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up super chats and talk Rolex predictions.
So Pete, I don't know if you were earlier or caught the early part of the stream, but I know you're a fellow German watch lover, and I want to show you. I just picked up this. Oh, I don't have the camera on the good camera on right now because it ran out of juice. But Jaeger and Benzinger Vintage Edition 1. So
gorgeous.
Any watch releases? Not really, eh?
Let me see.
Don't
I didn't
remember.
really
I
see
thought there
anything
was
that
something. Sorry, go ahead. You didn't see anything?
I didn't really see anything that really was unless I missed something. I really didn't see anything that really kind of captivated me
Hmm.
in regards to watch releases.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
There's
Thank
a
you. It is
couple.
gorgeous.
Can I share?
Yeah, absolutely. If you
All
wanna,
right. We can run through. It's fun to run through new
yeah.
ones. All right. So let's no. All right. So no predictions. Okay. So here we go. Edox North Sea 1967 historical.
Hmm.
Deep sea diver. No, this one's anyone?
Yeah,
It looks all right.
Looks
kind
all
of
right.
looks like that Longines a little bit with the 12, 9, and 6.
The numerals. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
the Hydro Quest. Is it the Hydro
What are the
Quest?
specs there?
Specs 43 millimeters, 14 high.
It's a little big.
Salida,
Bronze.
1800 euros, bronze.
I mean, I'm not a buyer, but it aesthetically looks pretty good.
James Arthur, big fan.
James fan, yeah.
Edox. All right. Yema, Maxi Dial, limited edition for Worn and Wound.
Pass.
This
I
is
like
weird.
the. I actually, yeah. Well, that's their thing, right? They have that locking mechanism
This
on the
is very
bezel there.
sicko.
Yeah.
I do like the case shape in the bracelet.
That's like really Maxi Dial.
Yeah,
Super Maxi Dial.
I'm not sure about that minute hand with the line going through it.
Sweet little.
Is that their trademark? Do they always do that on the arrow?
This I don't know.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Yema's crappy quality. Someone just said it. I agree.
It's kind of cool looking. All right. Citizen, Promaster, Marine, Automatic Diver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've played with the idea of
I like.
getting one of these. Not this one in particular because it's new, but this line I've thought about getting
I've
one.
played with getting like the original.
Yeah.
Like it kind of looks like a Ploprof. Those are pretty cool.
What's the what's the price on this one? Is that a 8 o'clock
Titanium, 8 o'clock crown.
8 o'clock crown? Interesting.
Titanium automatic, 8 o'clock crown, 400 euros, 399 euros. 12 millimeters thick, 42
Not bad.
diameter, super titanium. Citizen, I was the first company to do a titanium case, and they do it really well.
How much? $400?
400 euro.
Yeah,
That's not
pretty
bad.
cheap, and it's automatic.
Yep.
That's you know what?
Colin.
Yeah.
It's like at a wedding when they clink the glasses, for the
Yeah.
My
bride.
camera's not good enough.
Solo shot.
All right, hold on. And I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a peep show.
Yeah. Man. Oh, right there.
There you go. Oh, right there.
Yeah. Turn it a little. Yeah, right there. Perfect. It was amazing.
That was for you. That's for you, Thomas. Thank you.
All right. Carl Bucherer, Adamavi full calendar. I have a soft spot for Carl F. Bucherer.
Looks like a Blancpain. What's the name of it? Villarreal, is that right? I can't remember how to say it. Blancpain Villaret triple date. Kind of looks like those.
Nice looking. 2,000. This is interesting. It costs a lot more on the leather strap than on the bracelet.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
Must be a good bracelet.
It's what is that? 700 euros more on a leather strap? It's got to be a mistake.
Yeah, maybe they got them flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. ETA base, DD module.
Honestly,
Anyway.
if you bring up a Blancpain Villeray triple
Yeah.
date moon phase, it's like the exact same watch.
Yeah.
Except way better.
I believe it. All right. Those are the news.
That's the news.
Yeah, Jeff's having a little
Yeah,
he has a CFB, but he's
he's struggling with it. Yeah.
I bought one and I got it at a it was slashed way down when I bought it new.
Yeah.
So the resale wasn't bad. But.
Really? So you didn't do bad on it?
I did about my usual, so that for me it was not too bad.
I was gonna say, wow, what an anomaly.
So the person who bought it from you got a really
it wasn't worse than my usual. Yeah. It was like a 4,000 something. It was like 4,000 something retail. I got it brand new for like 1,500.
And you still lost?
And I think I sold it for like, I don't know, 800, something like that.
Oh my God.
Like yeah.
Well, that's a steal though, if you can pick up one for like $800.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't it? I don't know. It sounds like
it depends on what it is. You know, it depends on which one. Some of them are super nice. Like the one that Jeffrey has is way nicer than the one that I had.
The one you picked for me that I shot down.
The one I picked for you, I still like that one.
Flyback, yeah.
Colin, the challenge of picking something for you that you've never ever mentioned or alluded to is kind of tough. Those are the rules I put on myself, and you have mentioned or alluded to a lot of watches.
Yeah, I get around.
And you want to show Thomas?
Sure.
It's worth seeing again for sure.
Yeah, especially with a good camera.
So, this is
sweet.
Sartori Billiard.
Sartori Billard SPO4. Yeah.
Now I said I love the strap, but I'm curious. Are you gonna try it on other straps or?
I am. I'm gonna try it on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what would.
I actually have a really high quality German mesh that I was thinking about putting it on. Like a steel, not like a shark mesh, but a steel mesh. I think it would look like very jewel-like, that blue round disc on the end of some brushed steel.
Yeah.
Just going back to Karl F. Bucher, I think the lesson that I've taken out of your experience, Amin, and Jeff's, is that if you are thinking Karl F. Bucher, you really have to love it. And
you have to
love it.
You really
buy it super well after someone else took the smash.
Yeah,
and
twice,
planning on keeping it for a really long time. And unfortunately, that's the reality of a lot of our purchases, right? But it's something that if you're in this hobby and you're a certain kind of collector, like some of us here who are constantly flipping watches, it's part of it.
Yeah.
I hate to say that because the watch was really, the one I had really was nice quality.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like a lot of watch for the 1,500 that I paid. It was way nicer quality than a lot of the brands that we think of as $1,500 watches.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hate to badmouth it, but yeah, the value is not. They don't hold value.
Yeah, it's not all about resale. It's really not.
It's not all about resale, but
if you're only gonna, if you're kind of just getting it to have some fun for a little while, you gotta go in knowing, even when you think you got a good deal, you're gonna lose money on it.
You got to buy
Yeah.
well, and you're going to
As
lose
long as
money.
you're okay with that, then
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, really.
You know, I could have lost very little. Like I bought it for 1,500. I probably could have sold it for 1,200. I think I sold it to a dealer, which is why I
Mhm.
got whacked, because I usually sell to dealers.
Yeah. On that big dial.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying this one. I was like looking at it all day at work.
I'm gonna keep Jeff's message up for a while.
Yeah.
This
That's a
one
good
is my new favorite blue dial. It's I think it's taken the Octo's
Really?
place.
Whoa. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's almost making me wish I got a black Octo.
You hear that? The
Oh.
Octo's for sale, guys.
No.
For super cheap.
Gee.
No. I like the Octo more.
50%
I love
off.
the Octo, but I just like having two beautiful blue dials. I'm like, oh, is that too many blue dials? But no, I'm not selling them. I love Octo.
No, they're different enough. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are awful. The Octo, I'll lose a lot of money if I think. Well, maybe not that much, but anyway.
No, you'd do pretty good on it, probably.
It's not about that.
You could actually maybe make some money on that.
No. I love the Octo. Octo's going nowhere. Even though Rob's wife hates it, and
she hated everyone's watch.
said it was horrible.
No, well, she loved Marcus's watch. She loved
On
Yeah.
a bracelet.
On a
It
bracelet.
had to be on a bracelet.
on a tantalum bracelet. Small upgrade.
Oh man.
Rasan's not allowed to talk about me selling watches because he's he's a hypocrite. So funny.
All right, what do you guys say? It's been an hour.
Yeah.
It was good.
I want to go to bed.
Yeah,
It was fun.
I'm gonna go to bed too.
Colin's gonna snuggle with his day date.
Oh, I would.
I totally would too.
I totally would sleep with that watch on.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
For sure.
Enough. Well, guys, Amin, please check out Amin's channel, Amin Reviews, and his Instagram at Amin Reviews Official. Anything coming up, Amin?
Not much.
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem with that, Tom.
There you go.
Colin at Winding Watch _watches on.
Look at that green.
Hit me up. I need the money. Let's make a deal.
All right, guys, and Sunday, starting a new stream series with Engineer Wannabe and Town Watch. We're going to be doing we're calling it, I mean, I'm calling it watch soup for a lack of better terminology, but we will be reviewing some of the big content creators and watch YouTube content creators, any of their videos during the week, and spark any kind of discussion that as a result of those videos. So we're just going to try out the format and see how it works, and hopefully we can get a lot of participation from the chat. That will be at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Thank you all.
One more thing.
Yeah, sure.
Tuesday night, exclusive interview with Marcus G about his Rolex predictions for 2021.
And his big pen reveal. He got a pen. Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Take care.
See you guys.